Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to the second video for channel 3-0 drafts. Let's see what we opened. So we opened Clarion, Deafening Clarion. It's a really good card. It's a double color card, but I think it's still good enough to first pick out of a pack like this because there's nothing else. I guess we could take a Luminous Bond. I'm sorry, I'm still getting over. Jesus, I'm still getting over this really nasty cold. I apologize about that. I'll try to keep that down to a minimum. Deafening Clarion, I just think this is more upside. And again, it's one or both. You can get the lifelink. You can just get the lifelink. You don't need the 3 damage. I mean, it's a very versatile card. The versatility on this is incredibly powerful. All right, then we get Conclave Clarion, but just the strike is incredible removal spell. This is actually stronger. Maybe we go on to wield the Skynet Legionnaire. Rollsbane Center is really underwhelming. I mean, 4/4 Vigilance, like, with Convoke is not. Like, the power level on this thing is just so much higher. They're both 4/4s with Vigilance, except this one dies into 2/2/2s. And, I mean, I'm almost tempted to, like, maybe take Conclave Cavalier over Justice Strike, but no, I gotta take Justice Strike. Again, I think Boros is one of the strongest. Yeah, I mean, Inescapable Blaze, there's no way I'm passing that. This should not be in the pack. I mean, there must have been something really good in the pack for Inescapable Blaze to still be in there. So Devotion is good, but I think Skynet Legionnaire is better. Again, I want to keep putting the Boros cards. So of note, there's also Circuitous Route, which is really good. I want to take a moment to talk about that card. I'd like to also get the Boros Guild Gate. But the point of Circuitous Route is that there is a gate deck in this format, and it's actually a lot of fun. It's like a 4 or 5 color deck, simply because it's a deck that wants all the gates, even off-color gates, to essentially draw like a bajillion cards of Gate or Guild Conclave. I think it's the blue 3-mana enchantment that is really well designed. It lets you get the cards. It lets you get the card draw regardless of where you're at. Either you cast it early and you tap the guilds, or as they come in, or actually you can cast it late. Never mind. Yeah, usually you cast it late to tap because your guilds are already down, or you play it early and then you get the benefit from making all your gate drops like cantrips, which is really strong. I mean, you're drawing a card like with 9 guild gates in your deck, which is not crazy to get. You're drawing basically a third of a card every turn, which is a really strong ability. And the more cards you draw, the more gates you get. So it's like an accelerant. And it also, I mean, there's also a few other things like the Gargoyle, for example. Out of this deck, I think we're just going to take Arboreal Elemental. It's a really strong card. Hexproof is incredibly difficult to deal with. And we still may end up Selesnia, except we're taking Blade Instructor. So now less of a chance that we're Selesnia. And the Arboreum is not really splashable because it's double green, but again, I like to stay open. Hand Surveillance is a good card, but I mean, Blade Instructor is exactly what we want to be doing. It bumps Skynet Legionnaire, and we should be able to get some like random 1 and 2 drops. Yeah, like this Skyline Scout is an excellent card for this deck. Yeah, I mean, Narcomoeba is cute. I think it's more for constructed. I think like Narcomoeba could actually be really fun and constructed. I'd like to see somebody try to make a silly deck like this, maybe with some of the Amonkhet cards that, yeah, Guild Summit. You know what? I'm really tempted to take it. This card can just do stupid things and it's splashable. But Skyline Scout is so good in this deck. I don't know what I'm supposed to take. I think it could be really fun splashing this thing. Even in a Boros deck, I don't really care. I mean, I'm getting so many, like every card I have except Arboreal Elemental is playable. So I can afford to take a bit of a speculative pick, giving up a good card that's definitely useful in my deck. But I'm hedging into Bloom, which is nothing to scoff at, and I'm getting some flexibility potentially. I don't really want to lock it in a Boros deck. I think the Swarm's really good, and it's more likely that we're going to be green than black, so I'll take this as a nice finisher. All right, another Barging Sergeant. Sure. Um, I do like me a Selesnia Locket. I think these cards go late. Yeah, lockets are important in this. I think in this format. And you're not. We're getting a lot of green late. We could just be Selesnia. You can't really be green red unless you have some stupid bombs. Then red green is really it's not supported. It's not a guild, and I highly advise against trying to force any two color combination that's not supported by a guild in this format. I think that's a very quick recipe for losing. I mean, we could take a Crackling Drake. It is by far the best card in here, but I mean, so far from blue. I mean, I almost rather just take this, like another Skyline Scout out of this pack. I mean, this deck does definitely want um, cheap creatures to mentor on with Blade Instructor and Barging Sergeant. So yeah, happy first picking Skyline Scout, which we did pass. Thief of Sanity is a really good card. I don't think we can splash it. I think the pick here is probably just going to be like Parhelion Patrol. We already have 2 5-drops and our 4 slot is empty. So for curve purposes and for kind of deck purposes, Parhelion Patrol is good. What you do is you give this like you can pump it to just get in for damage and then mentor something. Usually a 4-drop with a 2-power mentor is useless, but it's designed to work with combat tricks. That's the idea behind it. I mean, Thief of Sanity, I think it's standard playable. It's a ticket, but yeah, I could care less. All right, we're taking our first 4-drop. Yeah, Hammer Dropper is really good. I think it's better than the Marshall. I mean, I guess Marshall could be good with Mentor. I think Hammer Drop. All right, I'm gonna give this card a chance. Like, here's the thing: in a Bros deck, even if you get it late, it's still a good card because usually with Boros you're attacking with a lot of creatures, and essentially it's like a 1 mana, um, 1/1 that generates a 1/1 lifelinker, and usually if you're ahead by then, like this dies, but the 1/1 lifelinker survives. So I think this thing's good value, and if you can get it down early and support it with Mentor, then it just gets stupid, and yeah, we're snap picking Healer's Hawk. Yeah, there's nothing else. I guess we're doing Boros again. All right, well. Ooh, Experimental Frenzy, yes. This card is stupid. This card is absolutely stupid. Yes, I will play it in a Boros deck. Somebody's going to be happy with Golgari Fine Broker. It's a really, really good card, but yeah, it's just Cosmotronic Wave. Also something that the Boros deck wants, and in general, it's just a good card. Yeah, here's the Guild Gates now. Let's not forget. I mean, I could argue that with 12 creatures already, maybe this deck just wants a demotion, which is probably the case. I think I don't want to force this guild summon. We're almost done with Pack 2. We don't have a single guild. What did we give up for this? We gave up some. I don't remember. I need to go back and check. Crash Contraband, I think, is good, but a third Skyline Scout is quite important. I think this card is incredibly undervalued. Love to have it in my deck. Maybe. It's not terrible. Yeah, so I have like, what, 19 playables? All right, this thing isn't happening. Hitchclaw Recluses. Not happening. Potentially we play this 3-2. It's not terrible. What we're missing is, we're missing like, we have enough creatures. Removal is important. And it's instant speed. I mean, Boros deck, I don't even mind having one of these main deck. Because Boros can't have a problem with high toughness creatures. I mean, we're done with Pack 2 and we almost have a deck. What I really want is I want maybe like a champion, like I want some really powerful mentor two drops to go with Hasna Marshall and Healer's Hawk. That's really what this deck is missing right now. The only problem with my deck is that I don't have a single um, two drop mentor cards, and there are well, there's definitely one. Tajik would be like a dream, of course. Because or even like the bodyguard, the 3/3 mentor. I think all those cards would be really good for us, and I definitely want a combat trick. So to like round this out, I'd like Sure Strike, maybe like a gold two drop, and like Garrison Sergeant. We're not playing this. Maybe we get like 3 gates somehow in pack 3, but it doesn't look like any of the boros gates are wheeling it. In fact, I'm pretty confident that we have one other boros drafter at this table. Yeah, I mean, with 8 players and 5 guilds, you kind of need to be really on the lookout. Like, you can really benefit. Like often, Golgari is underdrafted. I think it's actually like for some reason, Golgari is super weak. Oh, hello. Yeah, well, that's and if I can wheel like bodyguard, I'm definitely wheeling something from this pack. Maybe even like integrity invention, but Jesus, I mean, the probability of 3-0 just went up significantly, and in fact, I might even play a locket because it helps me cast and draw this card, and it is stupid. This thing, like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna kill it. Good luck. Good luck. I think I actually want one command, the storm, instead of a second inescapable blaze. Very powerful card, but Boros does not want 6 drops, and there are some matchups where this is really important removal. I think that's a subjective statement that I made, so feel free to disagree. Actually, I'd be curious to hear some comments about that. Like, we already have 2 6. Boros does not want 6 drops. We have 2 6 drops already. Usually you want to win by the time you like cast your Fortune Mentor Haste. Or I mean, not necessarily win, just set it up so that your opponent cannot stabilize in the following turn. Street Riots. No. Well, 13 creatures doesn't really help Mentor. I think I just want like 10th District Guide, maybe. I mean, I'm curious. I like testing cards like this. I have 13 creatures. I'm gonna get enough like playables. All right, I'm gonna give this a chance. In fact, I'll probably main deck it over Command the Storm. Yeah, Citywide Bust is a really good card. As with oh yes, hello. Yeah, as with Kala the Culprit, it's a sideboard card. This card, and it has Mentor. One more incentive to play Boros Locket. Whenever you have these double 4-drop like double color cards, that's I think really where the Boros Lockets are designed. Or you need to have like I think minimum 3 gates to consistently be able to cast this on turn 4. And 3 is like the bare minimum. Normally you want to have like 5 really. But Boros Locket is something that helps with this. I mean, you give up. What do I take? I think I still take the Legion Guild Mage. Yeah, because this thing's like recurring. So whenever you have cards that have a powerful recurring effect, they're worth a lot more. And the trick of Legion Guild Mage, and there's really no trick, is that both of its abilities are incredibly relevant. Let's say you get this late, like whatever, your opponent's stabilized, you don't really have any more attacks, but they can't start attacking yet. Usually your opponent is down to like at least 9 life, often 6. And this is like a 3-turn clock. It forces your opponent to use the removal spell on this thing just to stabilize, while you're working towards Inescapable Blade, Light of the Legion, or something else, or Cosmotronic Wave, which unfortunately I think we might have to cut because it's like what else do we cut? We want this deck to be creature heavy. People really underestimate this card, by the way. This is a very, very good sideboard card. This becomes essentially removal, and it lets you get a minimum of one extra attack in that you normally couldn't be. If your opponent's playing walls and stuff. Playing walls against a boros deck is I think in general just a terrible idea. So yeah, all right, this Helminger is gone. I still need to make a cut. Experimental Frenzy. Maybe we don't need both Experimental Frenzy and now what am I saying? There's no way I'm not playing this card. So the only thing we didn't get out of what we wanted is a combat trick, which is, I guess, whatever. It's not the end of the world. It's definitely a 17 land deck. Maximize velocity. I think there are some matchups where I may want this card over like a Demotion, for example. Maybe I'll make room for this. I think, again, the Boros deck, the +1/+1, it improves Mentor. Like, it gives you more flexibility with Mentor. I really don't think I need Street Riot. I really don't. I'd rather just have another creature. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I need both Street Riot and Experimental Frenzy. I think it's getting too cute. I like testing these cards out, but enchantments tend to have a type of win or lose effect. Like, it either wins you the game or you spend 5 mana doing nothing relevant. But Experimental Frenzy it's a different beast altogether. It is a very powerful effect. All right, what are my weakest cards? This is going to be a really difficult build because I really don't understand what I'm supposed to cut. And I do want to play Maximize Velocity. All right, I'm going to need a minute here. Like, if your opponent's down to low life, this can essentially become a removal spell because the +1/+1 will force a chum block often, or a really unprofitable trade. Like, you could trade your 2-drop for their 5-drop with a Maximize Velocity. So, all right, give me a minute, and we'll jump right in. All right, so I think as good as this card is, the other stuff that we have is just so much better. I guess maybe I could cut like an Ornery Goblin for a Cosmotronic Wave, but I want to have a maximum number of 2-drops to get value out of Has the Marshal, so the 2-drops are untouchable. The 3-drops are all untouchable because I need a Boros Locket to get to 6 and to cast True Fire Captain, and you could crack it for cards. I mean, in most Boros builds, it's not good, but in this specific version, it's I think really good value. And I caught 1 Barging Sergeant, so this gives me 16 creatures, 3 4-drops, 2 2-drops, and 2 6-drops. I think we're really good with that. And then 8 9, sure, whatever. And I have 1 more Plains to get Has the Marshal down. All right, well. This looks really good. So if I had to find some bad, I think this is a 3-0 deck, but if I had to find some bad things to say, so I would say that I don't have any 2-drop mentor cards. The Legion Guildmage and Has the Marshal's ability are kind of an oddball. I mean, tap this to tap a creature, you want to maximize attacking creatures. So often you're in a situation where you're not getting full value, but that's really nitpicking. I really think this deck is good, and who knows? Maybe we get another 3-0, 6-0. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, these decks are just. I think the game designer. I'm going to go on a limb and say that the game designers made a mistake by making Boros just so stupid powerful. I think you always have at least Boros drafters in like 80% of the drafts, and even with that, you still get enough like just ridiculously overpowered kill you instantly cards that I could argue make the game not really fun, if that makes sense. So we're missing a second mountain for Surefire Captain, but if we can get an attack in with a bodyguard, that would be really good to give Skyline Scout +1/+1 counter. Rather have a Blade Instructor. Yeah, because if my opponent has removal, he's gonna prevent me from attacking. I don't know why I played that pre-combat, by the way. That was just absolutely unnecessary. No. Yeah, like if he has removal, then I can't get 3 damage in. This guy would just kind of stand there and do nothing. All right. Let's see if my opponent trades. Let's attack first. And I think we're going to go Boros Locket, Healer's Hawk. I think he's got a. I'm not going to get flying. I don't care what he trades for here. I guess I could give. No, it's too late. It doesn't matter. He may even not block at all here. I'm not paying. I want to use my mana efficiently. Great. No problem. No problemo. Next turn, we can go Surefire Captain, or we can give Scout Flying and play Bodyguard. And I think giving Scout Flying and playing Bodyguard might just be better. So our opponent's not really doing much. Removal? Sure. Okay. Now I have to give him Flying because otherwise he can't get through. Oh, hello. All right. Well, this is just not fair. Really. So this guy becomes a 3/2 Flying Ninja. So get in for 4, swing for 5, and we're going to play Surefire Captain. Yeah, because I think if there's a possibility that I deal enough damage to get within range of Inescapable Blast. So yeah, but I was just saying, I think they made Boros like just overpowered, and it's disappointing because like there's so many. So okay, that's good value. He's probably going to kill the Skyline Scout. Oh, that's a mistake. That was a big mistake. He should not have killed. He should have killed the Blade Instructor. I guess he's scared of the flying. I have lethal. I'm not gonna try to be cute. I don't care. All right, he's given up anyway. Yeah, so it's disappointing because there's so many like okay, in terms of sideboard playing, he's got some 4 toughness creatures. We saw the 4/4, we saw the broker, so I think Citywide Bust is good in this matchup. Is it instant? No, it's not. I think if it's instant, it's just broken. I think Ornery Goblin's a little bit worse in this matchup, so we're gonna cut it. Like it can't get through the 3/4s, whereas the Skyline Scouts you could give them flying. So I don't want to cut 2 drops, but Golgari is not exactly a good matchup for this the 2/1. Yeah, we need some lands, but this is okay. We're on the draw. Opponent mulligans. Nice. All right, definitely didn't want to draw Experimental Frenzy in this spot, but it's okay. I will trade these. I think Veiled Shade is quite a scary card. It can be scary. I'd rather just get down like. Well, I guess I don't have to attack because. Yeah, all right. I'm not. Well. He has 4 cards. All right, I'm not going to attack. I'm just going to play Mentor. I'm going to play Bodyguard, and I guess I want to try to make it more difficult for opponent to block us. I mean, with 4 mana and drawing 1 more card, I might have some additional options. I could even give this thing flying if I want. Yeah. Oh, he's tapped out. Dead weight. All right, all right. Ooh, that's ambitious. I guess. Well, maybe not. So I can't play the motion, but I will play Parhelion Patrol because next turn I can enter onto it, and I can play the motion on the stupid trooper, or I could just kind of just make him discard a creature. It doesn't matter. Like I'm attacking anyway and mentoring onto Parhelion Patrol. I still haven't figured out how these stupid stacks work. I'm really gonna ask chat. Like I've cast Barging Sergeant. Like I've had a situation where I'm breaking this. I've had a situation where I'm casting this, but I can't get the triggers to line up right, and I waste one of the mentor abilities. Oh, really? You're pumping? Yeah, that's great for me. So I'm gonna ask support because I don't want to keep making these mistakes. It's kind of annoying. I mean, it's also possible that maybe there is no way to stack it correct, and that the mentor ability. No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, they attack at the same time. All right, I need to figure out what the hell's going on because I want to get triggers off both of these. I'll be really frustrated. That could be the difference between winning and losing the game because I'm at 14 life, and Golgari does have some way of pushing damage through. So this will take a minute. It's funny. So I just talked to support, and they said that they know about this bug, and I'm happy because I really thought I was crazy. But look at what happens. So I'm gonna attack with all 3, and the last time I did this, the last time I attacked with 3 creatures with Mentor, it didn't stack the triggered abilities one on top of the other. It auto selected one of them to go first. Let's see what happens now. Yeah, like you see, this is not supposed to happen. Nothing should be on the stack after I attack. Like this guy's actually I think this might work out. All right, so this is gonna go last. All right, so then I need to think about this. So this guy's ability should go in the middle, and Barging Sergeant's ability should go first. All right, so I mean, it's not going to affect the outcome of the game, but this is a bug because this is not how Mentor is supposed to work. So Parhelion, oh, it's not even letting me stack. Oh, that's so frustrating. So what am I supposed to do? It should let me stack this. Like I'm double clicking on it, nothing's happening. All right, this seems like a bug. So does that mean that I'm forced, since I can't pick Parhelion to Patrol to go in the middle, do I have to pick this guy to go first? Okay, choose target attacking creature with lesser power. All right, I'm gonna choose Mentor, and then Mentor should choose Parhelion Patrol, and that way it shouldn't matter, I think, right? And then Barging Sergeant, it's so confusing. Anyway, all right, so it worked out right now. But sometimes when that happens, depending on the power of the creatures attacking, you're not always going to have you're not always going to be able to stack them correctly. So anyway, I hope this video helps MTGO. And yeah, I mean, if you plan something like this happens, don't give them a hard time about it. I mean, MTGO is like really good about refunds and things like that. They're really nice. They give you like bonus packs, so don't be tough on their like. Sometimes I look at the chat and it's like people are borderline abusive to customer support, and it's like, what are you doing? Just lay off. Um, that's strong. Okay, okay. Well, that gets rid of his last card, and I think I'm still ahead because I have another Barging Sergeant, so my opponent will not be able to kill me fast enough. Citywide Bust. Well, I don't want to cast Citywide Bust now with Bodyguard, so I'm gonna cast it and just get in for 8. All right. Yeah, it's a good idea not to attack here. So, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Demotion on Veil, and it should be Concession. Unless he has like some instant speed removal or... Alright. So I don't think we need to change anything. Did we sideboard something? We took Goblin out. What do we put in instead of Goblin? Citywide Bust. Yeah, I mean, you don't know. You could be going up against the Boros deck, in which case this is just a dead card. So, you know, if a card's like just absolutely useless 20% of the time versus a card that's like a solid, I don't know, C 100% of the time, I don't think you need to play this. You don't want to have a potentially dead card in your deck. Like, and the problem, and the other problem with, all right, so let's say you're not playing Boros. You could be playing like a really aggressive Isla deck that doesn't have creatures with high toughness. Like red creatures tend to have high power, like the side 3-mana Cyclops, for example. Can't kill it with Citywide Bust. So between the fact that it's a complete dud 20% of the time, and between the fact that it's maybe like a dud 40% in the remaining games, you know, do the math and figure. 0.4. All right, never mind. I'm not sure how to calculate the odds on that exactly. Okay, so yeah, you do 0.8 times 0. Times 0.4. Yeah, it's about 60%. So 40% of games is good, and 20% of games is zero, and in the remaining 60% of the games it's something. So it's like on average, it's like a 32 weighted. It's like a 0.32, which is right about sea level. So maybe on average it's actually no. What am I saying? It's below sea. It's terrible. Forget what I'm saying. Just don't play that. Don't mean that card. All right, keep. Yeah, it's like basically 0.32 on a scale of 1 to 10. So it's like a 32 out of 100 score. C's like, you know, satisfactory, like a 65 and up. B plus, C plus, whatever. A bit of an awkward start for us. Yeah, like there you go. Mirror Boros. Bounty agent, sure. Marshall. Yeah, I guess Boros lock it Marshall. And we can next turn we can play Parhelion Patrol and Emotion. Well, it is a creature. It is a bit awkward playing this. But my opponent's trying to race. I mean, maybe I get some value off this guy. Or not. I mean, if this thing has vigilance and you're not playing anything else. All right, I'm going to play Parhelion Patrol. I'd rather save the motion for next turn because I can mentor into Marshall and force a trade with Bounty Agent. And if for some reason my opponent, you know, misses a land drop, doesn't have a 3-drop, then potentially we can get an even better turn out of this. We'll also get a 1/1 lifelinker if we can draw the Barging Sergeant. I don't want to trade Parhelion Patrol for a combat trick, so no. He's obviously representing something. I don't think he would attack like that. All right, that's scary. Well, this is gonna work out okay. So, all right, we're gonna demote. I guess we want to demote. Do I have any legendary creatures? Don't think so. So we're gonna demote this guy to force a trade for Blade Instructor, and I want to get a 1/1 lifeline. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I definitely need to take this out, and then with Skylight Legionnaire, I can get a 2/2 lifelink, and I want to mentor actually onto the 2/2 lifelink. That'll make the decision what to kill harder. So it didn't work out. That's unfortunate. That sucks. Okay, I think I screwed that up there actually. That had nothing to do with bugs. Oh, you're taking it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So I mean, he's gonna have a hard time racing me with a lifelink with a 2/2 lifelinker. I think that was a mistake. I mean, now I just want the 6 mana direct damage spell. If I draw that, then we're sitting pretty. Sitting pretty. I think it was a must block. Has the marshal for my opponent. It was a must situation. I really hope to draw barging sergeant here because if I stack it right, I can give this thing +1 plus. Actually, no, never mind. That's not gonna work. Then I can have two life linkers if I get a barging sergeant. Yes, no attacks or just attack with a bounty agent. Attack with both. Yeah, I will trade a soldier for the. This is good value. And if he wants to use his combat right here, then by all means. By all means. If it's the first strike one, then okay. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Hello. So unfortunately, I can't use this guy's ability, but wait, am I just gonna get another 1/1 here? Alright, let's do this right. Let's do this right. So attack with everything. And then I need to stack the mentor ability first. So I click on this first. Why can't I click on this first? I don't understand. This is alright, this is another bug. This is another bug. That shouldn't play out like that. Yeah, I mean, like mentor is a whenever this creature attacks ability, and Marshall has a whenever this creature attacks ability. All right, I need to tell support about this other problem. This is ridiculous. All right, so while I was talking to support, my opponent just conceded. So, all right, let's go to sideboard. So playing against, I think Cosmotronic Wave actually is good. If he's got the 3/1, yeah, definitely this is good. Deafening Clarion could be good against our opponent. I mean, if we have this in our opening hand, it's quite silly. I think Maximize Velocity is good. I don't think the motion is good because my opponent's not doing. The motion's not good against boros because often your opponent's not blocking anyway. Oh, sweet. If we get one, man. This is like a dream hand. We just need like a third mana. Okay. I am definitely not trading my Healer's Hawk for my opponent's Healer's Hawk. I got two mentor creatures in my hand with what? Come on, man. Come on, brother. Come on. It's yeah. I just have no comment. I have no comment. I don't know what it was. Anyway, all right, let's go to finals with again two matches back to back, 2-0. So if we can get another 306 hole, it'll be pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie and say it's back to back. I think I've had maybe 3 more drafts since then, and to be honest, I went like 1-2, 1-2, 2-1. So I mean, you still have like a winning record, but it's not like this format's like, all right, go Boros and then just go undefeated into the finals. Not at all. And I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that we're either up against Demir or Boros, because those seem to be like the decks that make the finals. I don't think I played a Golgari deck in the finals once. I've played it. I've played him in like game 3 where I lost game 1 or game 2, but I don't think I've ever played him in the finals. It's always been Demir, Boros, Demir, Boros. There we go. Sure, buddy. Got ordinary goblin for you. See, I mean, this is where it's good. Like my 2 drop just completely negates their. Never mind, not anymore. Not if he puts a. Whatever. Okay. Now, at least now his beetle can't attack, barring removal. I am gonna run the goblin out over the guild mage. I think guild mage is. It's a bomb late, and I want to, if I can make it so that my opponent's going to use his removal on True Fire Captain, then I can block with Parhelion Patrol. I can tap things down. I mean, this just gives me a lot of flexibility. Yeah, whatever. I'll trade for this. I don't want to take. There's no reason to take 2 damage. I'm not necessarily ahead. All right, I'm gonna play Guild Mage now. That could potentially keep these creatures back. And then I have True Fire Captain. If he attacks, I'm kind of tempted to block because he may be like semi bluffing or something. Yeah, so we go True Fire Captain and pass. And next turn, we can attack with a 3/3 and a 4/3, making blocks difficult. Potentially, we'll see. I mean, he could just try to grind this out and play creatures and then draw cards off Beast Whisper. That's one way we can lose this, or he could just cast a gigantic freaking what is it, Colossus, and draw a card. Yeah, it's pretty good. That means we can't really attack here. Selesnia. Yeah, Parhelion Patrol and pass. I think our opponent might get us here. I don't have good blocks. I'm taking 5. He's drawing cards. At this point, I'm like just hoping to crack Boros Locket by I guess what, turn 8 to try to find something. By then, he's probably going to draw like minimum 1 to 2 cards and get in quite a bit of damage. I don't want to double block. I don't think that's how I went. That's unfortunate. So what do? I tap down. My goal is to force a block with Beast Whisperer. All right, we're gonna try to attack with everything. I'm gambling with this stack situation, but if I can get this right, then True Fire Captain can mentor Parhelion Patrol, and Parhelion Patrol can make this a 3/3. In which case, yeah, we do attack with everything. That's a good attack, and I can potentially race. So, no, are you killing me? So mentor this, and then this mentors. Man, yeah, like I just missed a. Oh God, this is freaking. This is so terrible. All right, You know what? I might actually make a claim because that right there cost me round 1. He's gonna eat my stupid guild mage, or just take it. All right, whatever. Maybe it's not gonna affect the outcome of the game. Boy, is that frustrating. When that happens, it's like, what are you supposed to do? All right, turn 6, I have 6 lands. He doesn't have good attacks, barring like removal. I really hope he doesn't have like the camaraderie card or the one that you can tap and convoke to get a gazillion 1/1s. That would be a game ender. I'm hoping he's got like 2 lands and another Iron Shell Beagle. If that's the case, then we're looking good. Something tells me that's not the that's not the case. I give you G's, please. Sorcery. All right. Well, yeah, it's not good. That's really bad. So what the hell? Am I supposed to chump? Let's do the math. 7, 11. Yeah, I got to chump. Oh, God, that's still lethal. That's so nasty. Oh, that's so nasty. That's still lethal. Never mind. Wait, it's not. What's wrong with my maths? Something's obviously wrong with my maths. I thought that was lethal for some reason. 3. Huh, weird. Whatever. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So double red or double white? I don't think I have either. I wish this was first strike, but it's not. So how much damage can I potentially deal here? I could deal 3, 7, 9. It's not enough. What can I do here? I can tap down Colossus. All right, you know what? This is not that bad. I'm gonna pass here. I can tap down Colossus, and if my opponent doesn't have anything else, then he doesn't have an attack. So maybe we get lucky. If he's got nothing, then we're good. All right, so go to combat. Any abilities? No abilities. I have an ability. We're gonna tap this bad boy. Sweet. All right. All right, that sucks. So that's what, a 6/6 flyer? Freak. How much mana do I have? So I got 8 mana. That means I don't have enough to play this and use the tap ability. What's my best bet? God, this is terrible. I think I have to play Skynet Legionnaire and Bodyguard. Chum the Gatekeeper and what? Have like a decent double block? Sure. Okay, so let's do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And let's see what he does. I think he just attacks with Gatekeeper Gargoyle. To force the chump block. Unless he's got something. Like a combat trick or whatever. Okay, no problem. No problem. So I chump here, and then we trade, and I lose one of these creatures, which I guess I'm okay with. Because next turn I can play light, and I can tap down the 6/6. So this is okay. No combat trick. No combat trick. Yes. Perfect. And I get some. It's only 3 damage. That might help us win. No, don't cast anything. Oh, come on. Whatever. This is not terrible. Because he can't attack until Light of the Legion. No, no, no. Alright, no, I'm dead. He's just got too many attackers. I don't know, maybe he makes a mistake. So Light of the Legion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I pass. I lock down Gargoyle, and then I pray that he doesn't realize that he's got more than lethal. he could not only get through with this, he can pump this, which means lights out. all right, just stop it. Just stop it. Opponent's deck is sweet. All right, sideboard player. We need something to deal with flyers or artifacts. I don't think I have anything, but maybe. We're definitely putting in the destroy all creatures with 4 toughness. That's definitely coming in. And maybe we can even take out, like, if we have something that's not good that's got 4 toughness, we can take that out. I don't think we do. I'm not taking out Light of the Legion. No, there's nothing that has 4 toughness. I have one card that has 4 toughness. Maximize Velocity, I think, is not going to be as good. Even if I'm playing first, I don't think that's how we win. I think we want to demotion. Again, I don't think this is what we want. I think instead of a demotion, I actually might want Street Riot because it negates the effect of the +1/+1 card. It's so bad. Like, Jesus. Like, that thing is all of its creatures +1/+1. Maybe I just want the removals. No, I just want Command Stone. I want an extra removal spell to kill their stupid bomb. All right, this is good. Like, the way I win is not really by jamming through a lot. My opponent's got good defenses. The way I win is making my Boros deck just a little more controlling with Citywide Bust and Command the Storm, and less dependent on winning by getting through a ton of damage. Cosmotronic Wave is also not good because we didn't really see anything with 1 toughness. So, yeah. All right, fingers crossed we need to win 2 in a row. Definitely not getting a 6-0 anymore. But we can still 3-0. Yes, I do want to play first. Okay, this is good. Justice Strike is really going to punish our opponent if he has a slow start. If I can go Scout, Instructor, Justice Strike, that's really scary. All right, I'm just going to play Blade Instructor and pass. Justice Strike, like, I have 4 mana. I can even give this thing flying, make sure it lives, and force a trade up. Whatever. I'm just gonna go Justice Strike here. And I guess since I don't alright, I can cast another Skyline Scout, so I'm just gonna attack. I'm gonna Mentor. I'm not gonna pay the 2 mana. Because he's probably gonna kill the Mentor. And then I'll have a 3/2 flyer. And if he doesn't kill the Mentor, then I'll just give him another 3/2 flyer next turn off Skyline Scout. Right? Sure. Now it's a fast clock because I'm dealing 5 a turn in the air, and I also have a damage spell that's just going to close the game. So now I'm really looking good. And the difference between 5 damage a turn and 4 damage a turn is huge because that takes 1 turn off the clock. In fact, he's just dead next turn. Not necessarily. I can get him down to 1, and I will get him down to 1. If I don't get a creature spell, or even if I get a creature spell, um, unless it's a 6-drop, yeah, it's cute, but that's not. That's a game over. Sure. um, as long as he doesn't have removal next turn, it's game. I'm hoping he plays a ton of creatures right now. No. Oh no 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 no. Oh no, that's not what we wanted to see. That is that is pretty bad. That is pretty bad. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to do. I think I'm supposed to use Inescapable Blast now on Affectionate Indrik because I'm drawing to like the Clarion Blast basically. And if I kill Affectionate Indrik now, then I have an extra turn. Well played, sir. Well played. All right, so we'll 2-1. But honestly, like I'm not sad losing. I have some outs. Not great, but Clarion Call can just. Man, should this be legendary? Come on, Jesus Christ! It's just even if I get Clarion Call now, I'm still dead. I think that's like safe. He's got 7 cards. I top that Clarion draw 1 in 27, like 3% chance, which is my like only out right now. He's still got 7 cards. That means I take a hit and what? Let him like cast more creatures, draw more cards. What's the point? I will basically have to like hope to draw back to back my 5/5 flyer and Clarion Blast, preferably in the order of Clarion Blast and then the flyer to get 2 hits in. Sure, play all of them. This is insane. So I feel like he's gonna have to discard. I guess okay, all right. I guess there is a limit. Christ almighty. Oh, by the way, I can't even kill that. What? What? Well, sir, I'm dead, right? Let's see. 4, 7, 9, 11, 13, 16 is this exact. 5, 7, 9, 12. All right, GG's. I'm happy to lose. Honestly, like, I don't mind losing like this. Really cool deck. Lots of good support. And this shows exactly what Selesnia can do. And Selesnia is a very good counterbalance to Boros. It looks like, and that's I think what I learned from this draft. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna give my opponent the GGs, and I'll see you next time. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know what to say. I mean, like, I'm not gonna make the claim that our opponent just had like bomb rares, and that's why I won. No, that's not the reason. I spoke to him, and he had like 2 Beastmasters and 20 creatures. And listen, that's like a and he had removal with Indrik, like that's a good formula. So now we know that there's a deck like this. And actually, I want to check out how many trophies he had. His name was HIC Hickam. HICK. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he's got like 5 trophies or something. He's got 2. All right, well, good for him. All right, see you guys next time.